Hey y'all, this is kind of like story time, I guess, but I did write it down. My earliest memory as a child, I was maybe 8 years old. I'm guessing I was around eight. I lived on this street called Lamita in Flint, Michigan. I think we were poor, but I had a lot of fun playing with the kids on the block. Whenever it would rain, we would get the helicopter leaves, the leaves that fall off the tree, and they like a helicopter when they coming down. And we would race it along the curb to see whose would go down the drain first, or go down the sewer first. And whoever went down the sewer would be the winner. We lived on a dead end street. GM Buick was at the end of the street. Every Friday, this man that worked there would come by and drop a whole lot of these silver balls that were, I think, barbarians, but they were like magnets. They were round and silver. And we would play marbles, try to play marbles with them and stuff like that. They would be in all different sizes. And, we would just make games up then. I don't remember playing with my siblings much growing up. And I guess this is a good time to introduce my siblings. There was five of us with four different fathers. Maurice was the oldest. His dad name was Lewis. Deborah was next. Her dad name was Larry. Michael was next. His dad name was Clyde. And then it was me. My dad name was Clyde. We the only two that had the same father. And then I had a younger brother. His name was Kenny. And his dad name was Herbert or Herb. And the lady who decided to have all of them was my mother. Or all of us. I said all of them. Well, all of us. I guess should have been with all of them. Her name was Lorraine. Okay. As I mentioned, I had a lot of fun on Lamita Street, even though I did get into a lot of trouble. I'll tell y'all about that part later, but I did get into a lot of trouble. My mother was married to her at the time we lived on Lamita Street, and I would have fun whenever he was around. Now, the house we lived in, I guess, would be considered a Cape Cod because it was a living room, dining room, kitchen, one bedroom on the first floor, and the other four bedrooms were upstairs. Sounds like a pretty big house now that I'm grown and I have my own house. Herb would do things like, I didn't know he was a drinker then, but, I was a kid, I didn't know. So he would put music on and drink, and that's how we would clean up the house and stuff. I still do that to this day. Not drink, but put music on to help the time go by. Uh, this isn't in my book, but I feel the urge to say it. There is a difference when you have different fathers. So everybody can say, "Oh, there's no difference between them as long as the mother is the same." Or it's not true because my brother passed, and I was hurt, and I could tell I was the only one in the family that it bothered. Not to mention, I think I'm the only one that shedded a tear. Um, but I know for a fact that it didn't affect everybody the way it affected me because it felt like part of me had passed along with him. You know, um, this is really, really, really difficult for me to tell this story because I know I'm gonna start crying as I get deeper into this old crazy family stuff that's happened. But I feel like if I don't get it out of me, then it's just gonna fester. So if it sounds like I'm skipping around, some I am, but I'll get to the story. I get to it. Promise.